that.
Mhm.
But I was looking at it and it was like, this is like the area that the enemy team's most likely to die at and stuff.
Sort of, yeah, exactly. I can I can elaborate on that a little bit more, yeah, if you want to. If you got any
Okay.
questions, yeah. Also, never if you have any questions after any offline reviews or anything, do not hesitate to just message
Okay.
me. It's all fine. But yeah, I can just show you a few examples. Let me see where I was talking about the kill zone. That's what our idea is. Can you see my stream now?
Uh, yes. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so starting with this example, okay, what do we got? We got your team over here. Okay, let me actually check the recording. Yeah, it's working. Okay, so your team is coming this way, sort of middle section
Mhm.
here. Your Doomfist fighting this angle, Brick is here, Juno, Tracer, okay? And see, you're fighting the rest of these people, okay? So what it does is all of this guy's attention goes towards you. So you're not gonna be comfortably staying on the angle, okay? That's why you
Mhm.
just want to look after the areas more where most of your team gonna fight. That's our main idea. Short range angle, but more flanky one. Short range angle on where your team is fighting. Okay, so you could be where, well, maybe fighting that tracer. Yeah, in that example could be fine. Let me find any other examples. That maybe this one here. Just a second. Okay, here we go. There's an image. Yeah. So we got you fighting the backline here. It's Anna and Surgeon. So those guys over here. Okay, but the rest of your core is right there. The rest of your team, most of your team, can fight this yellow area. So it's usually better to try to contribute towards that killer zone area, but there might be exceptions as well. We'll talk about that more. Actually, we can. Yeah, maybe right
Okay.
after the game, after live game as well. I think
Okay.
it's gonna be more simple. But in here, if I'm fighting maybe something like this Juno, this Tracer, then my team can also help me out with that pressure. Yeah, maybe you force out some of the resources. Then they can easily go in as well. They can easily try to take space. Yeah, maybe capitalize based on all of that attention. And they also can support you. Yeah, maybe Bree can pack you. Maybe Juno can also support you a little bit. Stuff like that most of the time. So you just put it simple. You want to apply pressure in the areas where most of your team is fighting, but keep the same angles going. Yeah, this flank angles I like it. You just sometimes you're too far. Sometimes you really deep on the back line getting forced out. Especially that first example really shows on it right
I
there.
th
Mm-hmm.
I think I find myself in a situation a lot where the enemy team, like their position is like a line across the map. There's like one person, then there's someone else a little further ahead, and there's someone else a little further ahead, and there's someone else like a little further ahead, then their tank somewhere else. And
Mm-hmm.
I guess it's just playing the game for a long time. One of the things that I've worked on is trying to not put myself in between two people. So that way, if I'm shooting someone, someone else can't shoot
Hmm.
me from behind.
Makes sense. Yeah. This is good. Okay.
Mm,
Yeah. So see here, so you're saying this is what you
mm,
may be afraid of as well, yeah, if you
yeah,
do this sort of stuff. Okay. Yeah, so how you how you can just not be getting pressured by
mm,
anybody from here
yeah,
while also keeping an eye on that pressure on
yeah,
maybe this area, yellow, for example. Yeah, what you should be doing, what you should be looking for.
yeah. I could have played it on the side of like the Juno or
Maybe.
something,
Yeah.
but I think some of that comes down to just not paying attention to what's going on or like scouting before the fight happens.
Exactly, yeah. Scouting is gonna be really important too, yeah. You
Mm,
understanding where the threats are. I'm thinking this could help quite a lot. Okay. And yeah, just removing those threats, making sure you not gonna be exposed to those. Once you know where those are, if you're not exposed to those, that's fine. There's a lot of anticipation though. You should do. If I understand the surgeon is over here, the Ana is over there. I can even be just shooting on this angle, staying this way, or I can also be inside the room with the tracer. For now, it's gonna be okay-ish. They sort of can get up on this angle through the window there, but they still can do some of the pressure for him. Some period of time, you're able to, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a lot about awareness for sure. Yeah, and you're right. Yeah, we can look into that. How you play the life maybe, and just try to contribute to that kill zones a little bit more. Try to contribute to those areas where most of your team is fighting.
Charging battery.
Okay.
One thing I had another question about is on like the really long range maps.
Oh,
I think there was a few games that I had saved to look at today, but I didn't realize that the patch was coming out. But it was on like Havana and this map where I could like get behind them and stuff, but it was really difficult to like do a whole lot because they were all just grouped up together,
I see. Yeah, usually if you
stuff like
play
that.
versus if you play versus grouped up in positions, you just cross them. Yeah, typically some sort of brawl sometimes can be poke comp. You just apply pressure and forcing out cooldowns. Timing is still gonna be important there. You wanna watch if the
Okay.
rest of your team is fighting. If they keep fighting, then they can use the pressure you go on with. Mm-hmm. So see here now, because you're on the timer, right? You will need to get on the angle with the translocator
Mhm.
first, right? So go somewhere. Okay, you're gonna be invisible for some time, and later you will need to attack someone. Yeah,
Okay.
this Ryan here might be the target, maybe, but be careful. If you're on the front, might reposition yourself, right? See, yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's alright. That's alright. You can keep swinging right. Okay, you're on the timer, so watch out. Watch out for the rest of your team. Too far. Too far there. Too far. Fight where the rest of your
Oh,
team is fighting. You see, this is how you get killed. Your team is fighting a choke. You just want to hack that Ryan, probably. Or go after that Junkrat there. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, you just keep the short range angles towards where your team is fighting. Set up first, and then
okay.
go for the pressure later. Right, okay, setting up now. Might need to throw another translocator to set up. Might be. Maybe not. This Ryan you can attack. Huh? Okay. See what are your setup options. This angle is fine. I like it. Okay. This is alright. They put up the shield, you just shoot. If they move back more, you set up on another one. Nice. Okay. Now keep fighting Ryan and Junkrat. Okay, go deeper, but set up. Set up again. Yeah, get a set up first. Okay. This is better.
Oh,
I like it. Okay, that's fine. That was fine overall.
mhm.
That's better. That's much better. You want to keep the same angles going like you did
Okay.
before. Yeah, yeah. You'll farm your ultimate and start with the MP. Ryan might be an easy target for you a lot of times to hack. As soon as you do it from the angle, as long as you do it from the angle, you should be alright. Okay, set up first. Fine. And gotta fight.
Oh,
Escape, sure. One more fight. You will farm your ultimate most likely, really close. Just keep fighting. This is challenging map too, so especially at the first point. Okay. This angle can work if they push that deep,
Mm,
yeah. But I want to be careful with escaping towards the main. Okay, you got your ultimate though, so you can set up again
okay.
and start with the MP. Just keep fighting those shorter angles and from the side. It will be good. You probably will fight and choke with your MP right on under that bridge. Okay, you gotta set up first. Out. Hmm. As well, timed MP. You just wanna have high quality position right there. It's a little bit scary when you're out in the middle, but it's alright. Yeah, this is a tough map. This is one of these examples where it's tough to play Sombra, actually, because the map is you don't have as many flying crowds there, so you're gonna be sometimes, yeah, you're gonna be struggling there for sure. That's where I usually advise. I usually advise go something else as well, but because maintaining Sombra, well, if it's that the goal, yeah, can and
Mm,
keep playing. It's usually better for those situations. See how you can run any long range DPS. I would say anything what can go from far further range damage. But Sombra is possible. It's just tough to play. It just requires you really good discipline and timing and everything. You still can try. Yeah, you can try to go on the setup angle, go on the back. Yeah, make sure it's a angle towards where your team is fighting though. Yeah, try to just answer those questions
mm,
constantly. Where my team wants to fight. Yeah, where
okay.
are we fighting? Okay. So where your
Mm, what
team
about
wants
on
to fight.
defense though? Cause like,
Yeah.
no,
Defense is the same. You still want to have this
okay.
flanky angles, but see where your team's fighting. Your team wants to fight at choke most likely, so make sure you have an angle. What's that? This one might be uncomfortable. Be careful. And want to somehow make sure you're in the back a little bit more. Yeah, yeah. Like this. Yeah. That's alright. As we said. Might be able to touch. Yeah, this is a tough map, but still, yeah, it's quite important. Okay, maybe let's do this actually. You send me this code. We can go over a few things there, and then we can
Okay.
do another game. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Just some details. Right. Okay. So yeah, as I mentioned, first of all, map is pretty tough. A lot of times, when you play those longer range maps, you might have difficulty in setting up. That's why I usually suggest if you're in a long range situation like this one, picking something like what's in your pool by the way currently with the characters? Can you remind me?
Uh, right now probably. I mean, I can play any of the characters, but if I do swap to someone, it'd be like Ash maybe
Mm-hmm.
is a character that I've played a lot last season.
Yeah, yeah. This can be a good one for this map as well, for sure. Yeah, this is where you can do a lot of pressure from long distance. Just keep spamming those long range distance spaces. Yeah, because on Sombra it might be difficult because your setup it a lot of times in here, like those maps here, it requires you to throw your translocator twice. You're not just gonna be able to get in a position with one translocator
Yeah.
away. Yeah, so you see
Yeah.
this is what happens there. You're gonna be on the angle,
Mhm.
start here, okay, and then you gotta set up somewhere. Yeah, maybe I can go here and then start my pressure on, if the Rhine is here, start with the pressure on the Rhine here. If he's that deep, well, you can maybe start pressure even from here and just fight this choke. But yeah, see, it's constantly, because the map is so long range, you gotta go and use your translocator twice sometimes. Maybe go from here to here and then go to here and then apply pressure later. But keep those long short range angles going towards where the rest of your core is fighting. So see, you want to be difficult with this, where want to be careful with this, where you go too deep. I think this is what happened at the start.
Okay.
Yeah. So first of all, see this one. Yeah. This is what I mentioned. You can hack easily too. This is a short angle, but it's not flanky one, right? It's not from the side. That's why not possible to hack the right. Yeah? Want to be maybe somewhere here. Yeah. You just establish this map control, go towards this bush maybe, and hack the Rhine from the back. Maybe you don't hack him, but see what happens. If you don't hack him, can you win the space by being here? Can you still win the space in the choke? Yeah, what the Rhine is gonna do if you're here at this angle.
It's probably gonna back up.
Yeah, they're gonna
Yeah.
back up. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. That's what you want. You want to keep
Mhm.
fighting the skill zone
Mhm.
areas. You gotta keep fighting the Rhine. Later, you can fight a Junkrat. Exception to the rule is if you fight isolated target. If you fight somebody in the back, maybe typically Widowmaker on this map, maybe any long range DPS like Ash sometimes as well, maybe Anne in the back alone by herself, that's okay. But in your case, you just
Okay.
went too deep and you fought the backline where there are two members there. You shouldn't do that.
Yeah.
You fight in that
Okay.
Ryan, you should be fighting that Junkrat. Yeah, I think a lot of tempo, you setting it up in early fights, to be honest.
Mhm.
So you want to pay attention. What do you do there exactly? I think maybe could change the outcome of the game, the entire game, if you play it pretty well. Later, you actually did take better angles. You will see. I mean, let me find some examples. I think later you've been taking short angles towards that Ryan, but unfortunately, some of your team members they died, and yeah, if you're getting pushed from the angle, it's okay as well. You can retake it in a different way to see in here. Maybe also if they're pushing, yeah, it's okay for you to stay in here. If they pull in back, then just throw intoxicator, go somewhere, try to play around here. If they turn, remember, if they turn, you do it at the right time. If your team is pushing, it's gonna be okay as well. Your point is you try to survive for as long as possible because they can't find you instantly as well, and you later, if you get in pressured, you can always go back deeper. This is ideal, or go back towards your team sometimes, but preferably, yeah, you want to maintain the flanks. You want to maintain those positions. See, this is what you're gonna do actually. Yeah, you get on the angle. See, I think so this Ryan turns, right? But it's not gonna do much. See, like, okay, this guy turns, but what? He gives up so much space. That's what you want.
Mhm.
That's what you want, honestly. You just
Yeah.
and you keep doing that. Just want to keep doing. Okay, you got this bit of space. Okay, let me push further and let me grab this space here. Okay, I got that space. Let me fight for this space later. Step by step, basically. Keep fighting. Okay. So I'm
Okay.
thinking right now you already have to think about relocation. Just go in somewhere on better angle right away, and be careful when you're stuck in here. Hmm? I think that's why I'm thinking here. You see the timer? You should be repositioned. I think maybe right now. Yeah, you're going right now. You're going here. You're gonna be fighting for this corner. Prepare to hack the Rhine, because you can shield for some time. It's good. And then later you can shoot. You can shoot. Maybe you can shoot the Junkrat too. I think, but now it just ends up this one of these awkward situations where we can a little bit too far back in the back line, right? But the enemy team is pushing, and the rest of your core is here. But it's just within the second. You see this? The space changed. Yeah, you kind of got. I can just really cut it on 3 sectors here. The first one in here, the second is in here, and the third is in here. It's just step by step. You need to make sure you have the pace, the right pace. Yeah, understand. Maybe okay. How do you put it? It's just every time when you move into space, when you take more space, you usually want to fight for next corner. Yeah, you don't want to skip corners. We want to go in from fighting this corner A to fighting this corner B, and then later you can fight corner C or something. Yeah, just step by step, not skipping corners. Okay, that's why it's so tricky sometimes with setup. Yeah, so instead of being here, I want to be there. I just want to be closer, like towards this cover.